You back to the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry sitting at the Bridget Mabandla Justice College. We're expecting a new witness on the stand today. Their identity will only be revealed closer to the time due to safety concerns. Let's go live now to Ziyanda Ngobo. Ziyanda, good morning. Again, we can't reveal or don't really know who's going to be on the stand today just yet. We have heard from the Commission, over and over about the very real security concerns surrounding those witnesses, particularly in the aftermath of the murder of Witness D. So just talk to us about some of the expectations arising out of last week's testimony as well.
A very good morning to you once again, Iman, and we have managed to get some information that today's witness is likely to continue with the theme around ballistics. You'll recall late last year, I should say, evidence being led around the ballistics on the testing of firearms that were able to link the political killings task team to several murders, both in KZN and Gauteng. And on that note, I'd like to bring into the conversation Dr. Chris de Kock to pick up on this particular aspect, Doc, because we'd also heard about the backlog that is being faced by the forensic lab here in Silverton, Pretoria, and this multidisciplinary approach that the political killings task team had adopted is something that many of those who are leading evidence here at this commission are saying needs to be emulated. Good morning.
Good morning, and to the viewers as well.
Yeah, Doc, sure. You can just pick up on that point around the ballistics lab backlogs and what we can expect from the witness who'd be coming here today, because as we'd heard towards the end of the year, with all the evidence that had been led, the multidisciplinary approach that had been, adopted by the political killings task team is something that many had said is something that would be best to be emulated. What is your view on that?
Yeah, my view is definitely that it is the proper way of investigating cases like this. Actually, I think that the task team, which will now be put together by General Masemola, the National Commissioner, must also be based on the same model as the political killings task team. Because point number one, you have multidisciplinary approach then. You have investigators, you have intelligence, you have analysts, you have ballistic analysts and forensic people. And that is a good model. You have all the different disciplines that is needed to properly investigate, and you can do it quickly. You don't have to send ballistics to the ballistics lab and then you wait for a year or 2 years. It will be immediate. So these, especially even now, the investigation of the names mentioned by the president, and there's that list which was released on Thursday. I think that this is the same model that should be followed. Also, there's another positive about the multidisciplinary task team, and that is that if you have a whole team, it is very difficult to pay the whole team to look the other way. You have different people with different characteristics, different personalities, and it will be impossible to buy the whole team. And here we work with organized crime. Organized crime had got lots of money to buy an investigator.
Yeah. And I mean, Dr. de Kock, this issue of the special task team that has been put together by the president, as far as we know, it isn't a multidisciplinary kind of a unit that's been put together. In fact, some have argued that even the NPA should also have a special unit of its own to be able to process whatever emanates from this task team in order to be able to get a conviction swiftly. Now, we've just got a newly minted NDPP. Perhaps that's something that the Commission can have a conversation about with Andy Motibi?
Yeah, I think everything should be put together. Everything should be put into motion to make this investigations very quick and also to get results and put cases together, strong cases that will stand in court and and get convictions.
And Dr. de Kock, I want us to go back a little bit, in particular with what happened yesterday with KZN Hawkshead Lesicha Sinona and him seemingly wanting to enter the provincial head office building without being detected. And it seems like he wanted to take his work laptop in this kind of space where he is someone who testified before this commission. He had spoken about his own personal safety, but also whatever sensitive there could still be sensitive information on his work laptop. Do you think the KZN South African Police Service acted in the correct fashion by actually sort of intercepting whatever it is that Sonona might have been trying to do, or were they overzealous?
No, I think it is really necessary that, you know, if they haven't offloaded or looked at his laptop or laptops, and the same apply to his cell phone or cell phones, uh, I mean, I think they acted in the correct way. They have to have those gadgets to offload whatever information is on it, to analyze that information, to see, for example, how much contact did he really had with a person like Mr. Kat Baklala.
But the nature of what we're dealing with here, Dr. de Kock, is quite tricky, right? Because KZN Top Cop, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, is the man who sets off this particular process. You know, Sonona could argue that, well, he's not the right person to be trying to take those laptops and trying to download whatever's happening, because Mkhwanazi is also his accuser.
Yeah, that can be an argument, but I don't have the detail exactly who did it. So it's very difficult to talk about that. If it's General Mangwanazi is involved in that, well, on the other hand, Mangwanazi is also important when it comes to the political killing task team. I mean, you can't not seize these instruments and offload them and analyze them. I think that is time is of essence here. You can't wait till it's too late and things got wiped out or whatever, removed from these gadgets, especially laptop. I mean, things can just be wiped out from the laptop.
And I suppose this extra vigilance is going to be important, right? In particular, when this task team is eventually put together and it begins its work. According to you, who should be a part of this task team to safeguard this process and actually be able to assist this commission with processing and actually bolstering the veracity of the information that will make its way in the final report of this inquiry?
I think that it is important that, as I said, that the same model be followed as was followed in other task teams, especially then, given the successes of the political killing task team. I think the very same model should be followed. But I think the control of this task team is also very important. Maybe people who are neutral and who are very good detectives and who have a long history of successful investigation should be kept put into control. I mean, look, the National Commissioner will be in control, but the real everyday control must be by people who are quite neutral, and a finger can't be pointed to them that they have an interest, a bias and an interest in the workings of the stars team. They may even,
and so do you anticipate that once the task team begins its work that... Yeah, sure. Please do continue, Doctor.
They may even think of, if they can't find in the South African Police Service or in IPID or in any other structure, can't find that level of experience and neutrality, and even I would like even to say political neutrality, because you know politics play a big role in all of this. We have seen it. But if we can't find them, then it will be necessary to bring back maybe old experienced investigators who were always having success and who are neutral.
I think the political neutrality aspect becomes very critical, Dr. de Kock, in particular when you look at how this Commission of Inquiry is looking at the criminal justice system as a whole. In other words, you could be looking into correctional services. We've heard allegations against the judiciary. And so that will be very key insofar as ensuring that even politicians don't get their hands involved in this particular process. How could we safeguard against such a thing?
Well, the only way that you can safeguard against that is to say we will have, I mean, the National Commissioner, whoever it is, but it is not, at the present moment, it is General Masemola. He will be in control, and even the minister will give certain direction, and as the president have asked. But I think the people who are really in control and who really steer this task team and who identify, you know, who have investigate these lists of names, and they will even receive more names in future. They have to be really being political neutral, because police officers in any case is supposed to be neutral, but it seems that is one of the problems that we have since basically the Richard Madluli issue around about 2010. It then became actually very political. A place like crime intelligence had factions, political factions. So one have to select people who are neutral and who are good police officers.
And it's quite the thing, isn't it, Dr. de Kock, that we've heard how the Crime Intelligence Slush Fund was used to fund the murder weapon and the getaway vehicle used to assassinate Cindy Somakaka. Let's leave it there for now. Thank you very much for your time, Doc, a crime and a violence expert there. Iman, I'm handing it back to you.